Welcome to the first edition of Millikan Corydon Plugged In. We'll bring you the most up-to-date and relevant stories surrounding Millikan and the nearby community. Tonight we have a multitude of stories ranging from the upcoming winter formal to coverage of the LAUSD strike. We hope you enjoy our coverage and we'll send it off to Claire covering winter formal.
Here we have a couple of students buying tickets for winter formal.
And we have 2 tickets to winter formal.
Yes, you may.
As students walk out of ASB, they question, will they be asked to formal? Hi, what's your name?
ELENA, ARROYO.
Do you believe that winter formal is worth it, like the price?
Yeah, I think it is. I think the overall experience was good.
Is this your first time going?
Yeah.
Everything.
Hi, what's your name?
ELIANNA, ZARATE.
Are you going to winter formal?
Will it
No.
make sure to be approved,
Why?
or is it already?
Because I don't want to go until senior year, because I don't want to pay.
To go to winter formal?
I mean, yeah, just once for the experience.
All right, so
And now to Katie with the inside scoop on how the rain affects students. Hope the rain doesn't bring you down too much. Now to the streets with Kezia and her coverage of the LAUSD strike.
LAUSD educators have gone on strike to raise funding for the district to hire more counselors, school psychologists, and nurses, as well as lower classroom sizes and minimize the amount of unnecessary tests to lower stress levels on their students. I spoke with Ms. Gutierrez, a social justice teacher who teaches a whole unit on strikes.
Is beneficial both to the teachers, but primarily the students that are affected by primarily large classroom sizes and not having access to counselors and nurses and psychologists. So we need more resources.
What would be an opposing view to the LAUSD strike?
I think the primary view that might oppose the strike would be the money. So everything revolves around money, and I think the easiest answer is there is not enough money to cover everything that needs to be covered. And I think that that is straight across the United States, not just limited to LAUSD. And I think that that is a primary problem, that education needs to be funded a lot more than it already is.
And from what you teach about strikes, correct, in your social justice class, how would you say like they're dealing with this? Would you say they're dealing with the strike correctly, they're dealing with the strike wrongly because they are leaving classes and leaving 600,000 students? What would you say about that?
In any situation where there is a strike is of the last resort. It is my understanding that the LAUSD teachers and union have been without a contract since 2017, so that doesn't cover them, and that is not okay. What I would say to people that, and this is definitely an inconvenience primarily to the parents that may not have childcare or that feel uncomfortable sending their kids to school if there's not certified teachers. But what I would tell people that disagree with the strike primarily is that 40-hour week that we enjoy, it was because of unions. But we can't forget that the teachers are not getting paid while they're on strike. So they're also sacrificing in addition to the parents.
Well, thank you for your time, Ms. Gutierrez. Is there anything else you would like to add?
No, not at this point. I guess primarily, well, this is what I would like to add and what I tell my students all the time, that whenever there is something that you encounter that you are not clear about, educate yourself. And there's a lot of opinions on both sides of any issue, and that's all fine. But in addition to an opinion, you need to have facts, actual facts that support that opinion.
Now we'll take it from the strike in the streets to the students and teachers in the classrooms with ELENA, getting Millikan students and teachers' take on those dreaded finals we all hate.
Nice to meet you. I'm part of the Millikan Corydon, and I'm here with...
Hi, I'm Timothy Zhang. I'm in 9th grade, and I'm in Quest.
How do you feel about the finals?
Well, for me, I feel kind of confident, somewhat about a couple of my finals, but at the same time, I'm also stressing. I know that it's not that much of my grade, but at the same time, I don't want to fail it because that could also mess up my grade a lot.
So, do you believe that finals is putting too much stress on students?
People stress about finals a whole bunch just because what they are. It's like your final grade for the end of the semester. It's your last chance to make your grade better or worse or keep it where it is. So, like, it's pretty important, and it creates a lot of stress, and I don't think that's very good.
Do you think finals are a good judge of what students have learned?
I do not think so, because finals is just a big test, and at least in my experience, I don't usually study for tests. I just go ahead and cram the day before so that I can get a grade on them. Like, I don't actually think about learning all this stuff or remembering all this stuff when I'm studying or doing things for a test. It's just, okay, I need this, it's a grade, that's it. And also sometimes finals don't even like test everything throughout the year. It's just like a little thing, so it's not really good.
Anything else you'd like to add?
No, not really.
Thank you.
Tonight, we will conclude our show with a Millikan Corydon exclusive interview with brand new 10th grade English teacher, Mr. Nguyen. Julia, take it away.
When did you start teaching at Millikan?
I think the official start date was like November 20-something. Just basically back in November.
Why did you choose English as a subject to teach?
Honestly, I really enjoy English, and it's something that I enjoy teaching. I'm not really good at math or science, and then like in college, that was the major that drew me in the most. So it's just something I enjoy. I really like teaching kids how to write and read.
What are your goals as a teacher?
Well, right now, originally, I want to finish the induction program, which is something that all first-year teachers have to do. And then eventually I look to get board certified and then get my master's in education or a master's in English. So that's kind of like the goals right now.
How does your teaching style influence students?
I try to create a comfortable environment, and I try to be as open and straightforward as possible for the kids. I want the kids to feel comfortable in the class and that we're able to just, talk about anything so that they're not too worried and too stressed, because I know, 10th grade is a really stressful time, especially with all the AP stuff that they're doing. So I try to be as chill as possible, but there are rules and they have to follow certain procedures, but for the most part, basically, they don't give me a hard time, I won't give them a hard time, but they will learn.
How has teaching impacted your life?
I think it's made a big impact on my life because before I wanted to become an English teacher, I was actually teaching a lot of people how to dance, and that kind of influenced my decision to go into teaching students like an actual subject. So for my life, usually a lot of people say I'm good at explaining things, and so I'm kind of like a teacher all the time, especially like around my family or around like friends. They're like, hey, you're like in teacher mode right now, so sometimes I have to like try to step back away from that. My room's always open if anyone ever wants to come by. If you want to learn how to break dance, I'm always available too. I'm teaching like a senior right now, so my room's here. Anyone's welcome.
We hope you enjoyed the show tonight and feel a little more plugged into Millikan and our community. I'm Noah Devine signing off. It's a great day to be a Ram.